You're watching Victorious Productions, and in this segment, Binge and Review, we are continuing part 2 of Joseline'S Cabaret. Enjoy!
So Lucky respects Joseline, and she puts Joseline on a pedestal because Joseline's from where she comes from, and she's made a name for herself. Everybody in that industry knows who she is in that area, so she puts her on a pedestal. And how Joseline reacted really broke down the dynamics. Now Lucky can't trust Joss anymore. She can't say what she feels. She can't be comfortable with how she says it, anything like that, because she doesn't get the same in return. She doesn't get respected from Joseline. She doesn't get no respect from Joseline. Joseline, as soon as she feels like she's getting threatened, she starts threatening the girls, saying you're a $2 hoe and you're never going to be of anything. She just starts attacking them. And it's like, if you want to really make something and change these girls' lives, you do not react that way. Period. You don't. And so anyway, so she starts saying, and so Joseline, you can see her kind of sitting back getting upset, and Lucky could feel it. She could feel her anger, and she's just like, did I say something wrong? Like, that wasn't my intention. I'm just telling you what the girls told me, and just so you know what they're saying. So I don't think that, and then she also disagreed with Joseline, because Joseline said, I got into an argument because of this, that, and the other. And she said, no, you're not. You didn't get into an argument from what Chastity said. Chastity said, you guys got into an argument because she said that you got evicted. And so I think that she said it, and she was speaking so much truth. Joseline did not like that. And she could see how smart Lucky is, and Lucky's really smart. She's so cute. She's just a sweetie pie. I like Lucky. She's so cute. But so she didn't like that because it's the truth. And Sapphire was there right there to see the whole thing, and she's like, I don't know why Joseline got upset. She didn't say anything disrespectful or rude or anything like that. So yeah. So what happened? So after that, Joseline gets, Lucky gets really upset, and she starts crying to Sapphire. And I'm so glad Sapphire was there, because Sapphire stepped up in that scene. She was there for her in that scene. And she's just like, she hugged her. She's like, it's okay. You didn't say anything that was rude. Joseline totally overreacted, and she was there for her. And I really appreciate Sapphire for that, because that's what these girls need. They need supportive women that's going to speak truth, that's going to be there for them, that's going to be that shoulder to cry on. And that's what Sapphire was to Lucky at that moment. So, you know what? Shout out to you, Sapphire. Shout out to you. Okay? You were doing what Joseline should have done. And shout out to you. So Joseline comes back, and she just starts saying, like, she starts totally disrespecting her, saying, I'm gonna tell, I guess, the man that you're with to put you in your place, like he's like her pimp or something. And she's like what? Like, I mean, the way Joseline reacted was so, I mean, she's great for television. I think she's fantastic for television, because she's quick to get angry. She's quick to give the viewer what they want to see. But it was just so unnecessary, and it was sad. And I think it was a little scary too for Lucky, because it's like, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to hit you or anything like that. I don't want to have to protect myself. I thought we were cool, so yeah, that situation was a little weird. And she said she was going to crack her skull. It was just the things that she was saying was really bad. Joss, that was a bad look, girl. Really bad look. Yeah, need another drink after that one. Okay, so past that, so next day, so Lucky has a boyfriend named Shabazz, and Shabazz is her boyfriend. They have a pretty big age gap, but the dynamics of their relationship is, I kind of like it. It's not a bad relationship, I don't think. I think they both have a mutual understanding. He knows what she does, and he was there for her when nobody was there for her. And she trusted him and he came through for her, and they have a really good relationship. So I like their relationship. Regardless, Joseline doesn't like the relationship. She says, like, how can you sleep with someone who's older than you? And like, you know, by the time he turns this, you're gonna be this. She just starts spewing this negativity to Lucky, which I didn't think that it helped their relationship at all. Because, you know, if anything does happen, she can't come to you because you're already totally against it and you don't even know the relationship. You don't know the dynamics of their relationship. You don't know what she's went through. You weren't there. So for you to have an opinion about it was misplaced. I didn't like it. It just didn't look right. And so she's already getting this from everybody else. She doesn't need to get it from Joseline. So anyways, back to Lucky and Shabazz. So she's telling Shabazz what happened. And so she talked to Shabazz, and there's one thing I didn't like that Shabazz said, and I feel like him being of a certain age, you already know. But he said something like, you can't let these people talk to you any kind of way. So what does that mean? To me, that means, okay, what is she supposed to do? You're saying that you condone her fighting and hitting somebody and assaulting somebody because they said something? So I don't take that advice, Lucky. Okay, don't take it, because you can't prevent anybody from talking crap about you or saying anything or feeling this way about you. People are going to talk about you regardless. Even if they confront you with it or say something to your face, you need to turn the other cheek and keep it moving. If it has anything to do with your relationship, your dynamics of the relationship, because you're going to blame yourself when you leave that relationship because somebody else said something and you're in a weird situation, or you're in a bad or worse situation because you left and this person really was supportive to you or really was kind to you. Who cares what they say? You know, let them talk their truth and you keep it pushing. You move on to something else because it's irrelevant. Their opinion is irrelevant. So you assaulting somebody, that's ridiculous. I don't think you should ever assault anybody. So don't take that advice. But everything else, how he dissected it and how their communication was and how I saw the relationship, how it is, I like it for now. I like it. Now, she did say something earlier on in the series when they had a discussion with her. Lucky and Shabazz had a discussion earlier, and she mentioned marriage. She said, would you ever marry someone like me? You know, I'm a stripper. Would you? And he's just like, you already know my views on that. Which, for me as a viewer, I felt that he has no intention on marrying her. So if he had intention on marrying her, I would say, girl, you lived your best life. No one else knows what to do. Obviously, Joseline doesn't either, because she's asking the same thing to her man, and they're probably closer in age, and he's not giving her that either. But this, you know, so, you know, I think that Lucky, from what I saw, Lucky wants to get married. She wants to get out of this situation. She doesn't know how to do it. So I think that you run this relationship till it no longer serves you. And then once you've grown and gotten to the part where you want to go, then you move on and you find somebody who would marry you and who's going to see, you know, it's not just going to date you and that's it. You're going to have a family. You're going to be successful. I know it. I just feel it. She's really smart. You just have to I think that you need to get out of this industry. If you can pivot into something else, I don't know what your dreams are, but this relationship, I don't think it's bad. I think this is a pretty stable relationship compared to everybody else in the series. I don't know anything about Sapphire. I don't know anything about Chastity yet, but through Joseline's relationship, Daisy's relationship, and Jay's relationship, yours is the most stable on this whole situation. So you keep doing your thing. And who cares about everybody else? So that was the only thing I did not like about Shabazz's advice. But no one's perfect. Everyone's human. Then, okay, so after that, Joseline meets with Lucky to kind of go through their whole altercation. And Joseline was like, you know, you're confronting me, you're doing this and you're doing that, and Lucky said something like, I don't want to hit my friend. I don't want to hit you. And so I could see Joseline kind of had an issue with her saying that too. And I'm just like, well, I mean, that's the truth. And then Joseline's like, well, I want you to feel comfortable with me. And so it's like, she's kind of, it's a contradiction. Like, it's like you don't want her to present you with everything, but then you're treating these girls as if they're like, you own them or something, or they're less than you. And I know for sure that this whole situation's kind of probably messed up the relationship between Joseline and Lucky. Even Shabazz's boyfriend said to her, you know, these girls, obviously, when they show you who they are, you believe them, which is true in every aspect. If someone shows you who they are, you believe them. And you don't try to, like, hope for the best. That's who these people are. And, you know, if Joseline shows that part of you, that means you can't trust her. You can't open up to Joseline. She's not a sister to you. She feels that she's better than you. And you can't come to her when things get tough. And that's kind of how I feel. And I believe Shabazz. I think what he said was right. And how Joseline reacted was absolutely inappropriate to Lucky. And I feel bad because I think Lucky was a little heartbroken from that, because it was like a chance of, you know, she's seeking women in her life that are positive women and people to strive to become. And so I think Joseline let her down for sure. Now, after that, after the meeting with Lucky, Joseline meets with Chastity and Daisy to follow up after the altercation. And so since then, they haven't really been in contact. Joseline says she blocked them so that they can't get in contact with her and anything like that. Now, a part of me felt like, this is just a side note, a part of me felt like Joseline did not want to say that she hit Daisy because Daisy has a pimp and I don't think she wants that heat. But that was kind of, I don't know. I was like, I don't know that lifestyle, so I don't know if a woman hits another woman that's considered somebody else's property. I don't know if they would react negatively to that because it's kind of women beefing with women. But I think if a man did it to a woman, they would have an issue. I don't know if it's like woman against woman, if there's a really bit of a problem. So maybe that's why she was so upset with Lucky saying that she hit Daisy, that Joseline hit Daisy. But I kind of got that feeling. But anyways, she meets with Chastity. She meets with Daisy. I have no clue why, because these girls are just nasty. Totally nasty. Chastity wasn't talking all crazy anymore. So I feel bad, because then, like, a part of me, I'm, like, totally into doing the right thing all the time, but a part of me was a little happy. I was like, oh, it shut her up. it shut Chastity up. So, I mean, but I don't condone hitting anybody, okay? But I was kind of like, you know what? Maybe she deserved it. Anyway, so Joseline meets up with Chastity and Daisy, and she's like, you know, you guys are acting out. You guys are doing this. You said I was this, and I don't know really what the purpose of that was, besides them telling their side of the story, maybe just for production, but I didn't really get much out of that, you know. I mean, come to find out, I guess Joseline was there at the birth of Daisy's baby, and she's been a pretty good part, or a good connection with Daisy, so she doesn't know why it was like, you're taking sides, you're not taking our side. But I think the girls are just emotionally not mature at all. Same with Joseline. And it sucks because I was seeing like all the trailers, and I thought, you know what, this is a good look. Like, Joseline's really trying to help these girls, but how Joseline reacted, her intentions are off. I have no clue what her intention truly is. And the reason why I say that is because her reactions are so dramatic, and they're so nasty and aggressive, and it's just dominating. It's just not good. It's like her going back, okay, it's kind of like her going back into that environment is bringing back some of the demons that she had to deal with when she was younger. And she needs to deal with those because it doesn't look good. So yeah, I don't know really why she met with Chastity and Daisy. I think it was just for the show. Because Chastity was really quiet about it. I mean, she was way quieter than she has been. She was like, I look like money. I am money. I talk like money. So anyways, okay. So, yeah, Joseline's references are really nasty. She needs to scale back on those references because I was not ready. Let's see. Was Daisy taking sides between Chastity and Joseline? I don't feel that Daisy was taking sides. When it came to them fighting, I don't feel like Daisy was taking sides. I think she was just trying to protect her friend because Chastity is her friend. And, she's the one who brought her into the situation. So she wants to make sure that she gets the best experience that she can. She says that she is better. Now, Joseline feels, and she keeps, saying, she's better than these women. You're no better than anybody, Joss. You're no better than anyone. You're human, just like any of these girls. And the thing is that, if they feel like they're better than you, let them feel that and let them keep it pushing. But if they cannot execute your vision, then they gotta go and they gotta be fired. But you're no better than any of these girls. If any of these girls, like for example, if Lucky got the opportunity to be on Love and Hip Hop, maybe not, she would have done a really great job. But you're no better than anybody. And so it was a bad look for you, Joss. I think it was a really bad look. I'm gonna keep watching though, because I'm curious. She called Chaz a nuthead. Joseline's references are so funny. I'm not a big fan of Chastity. I feel bad because she probably has a really good story and she probably has been served lemons with a little dash, with a few rotten ones. And she's probably super cold-blooded and she doesn't take any crap. And whenever people serve it to her, she has to serve it back. She's like, you know what? I'm surviving and I gotta survive. And no one's gonna say, but listen, people, women, girls, if someone has something to say about you, let them say whatever. Let the money talk, let your success talk. There's nothing that you could do to prove these people wrong. Beating them up isn't gonna prove them wrong. They're just gonna talk crap behind your back. That's how I feel. She wants to be respected. So Joseline wants to be respected, but what she's doing is it's kind of like Joseline's trying to play the pimp. She's like, okay, I'm gonna beat these girls up. I'm gonna sit her like a dog. Do you know how degrading that is? To tell a woman that you're gonna walk her like a dog and you're gonna sit her like a dog. And you're trying to show woman empowerment. You're trying to do this whole cabaret to show that the girls could be classy, could be a classier type of woman. And you're saying you're using references like this? Yeah, and so anyways, I guess after the meeting with Chastity and Daisy, she didn't accept her apology. I don't blame her. I wouldn't accept it either. I think those girls are extremely superficial. If you were to use somebody, I'm pretty sure you could find other girls that will do it and that are just as good looking as Daisy and Chastity that are going to fall in line and not try to outshine you, not try to be in the spotlight, that are just going to kind of play their part, get their money, and move on. So that's the whole thing. I think that Joss needs to, I don't think that this is good for her. I really think that she needs to get out of this industry and she needs to start talking to people that can help pivot her career. She needs to pivot out of this. She needs to start doing other things that are not reality show related. If she could do something like where she's helping girls on the street to get stable jobs, help them get places to live, to get out of this whole relationship with these pimps, to kind of try to if she wants to do that, I think that that's best. I don't think her doing the strip club thing, I don't see it being a good thing. If she wants to continue the cabaret and then just show her kind of getting these girls out of their situations where they're no longer strippers anymore, they start doing things more legit, I think that would be better for her image. I think that, it would be nice to kind of hear if Joseline wants to do a book to tell her story, or do a movie or something like that to tell her story and what she went through. I think that it will make like the viewers and people who are fans of Joseline, because I consider myself a fan of Joss, I really do, and but I don't think that this served her in any way. I think that this really showed like the demons that she's dealing with, and she needs to show that, show these girls how to get out of their situations. I think it could be possibly very dangerous for Joss to do that with some of these girls. In this day and age, I don't know why these girls have pimps. I have no clue the purpose of that, because in all reality, you can pimp yourself out. You can, go out and do whatever you got to do, and girls are doing it every day by themselves without a guy even being associated with that. So I don't see the purpose of that, especially now in this day and age and all the internet stuff. And I feel like there's other opportunities if you wanted to get money that way. But other than that, that's my review on Joseline's Cabaret. I hope I don't get any death threats from Joseline, but that's my review on Joseline's Cabaret. I liked it. I had no intention on purchasing Zeus. This is the only reason why I purchased Zeus, is because of Joseline's Cabaret. I am a fan of Joseline. I really like Joseline. I think she's a beautiful woman. But I just don't think that this has served her in any way. I think that she needs to start surrounding herself around women who are actual bosses and have employees, and talk to them and say, okay, how do you deal with people that are disrespecting you? How do you deal with this? How do you deal with that? Like, for example, Shawnee. I think Shawnee would be a really good, because she never gets physical with anybody. I've seen her kind of get a little upset, but she's never actually assaulted anybody. So I think that if you could, connect yourself with women who are bosses, you will learn so much. And then trying to get like a manager or somebody that's not in your industry, not in like that strip club industry or anything like that, or I get someone who's actually professional to say, how can I pivot my career? This is what I do. This is how many followers I have. I want to pivot it so that I'm known as a positive light and not a negative light. And I really think that Joss needs to seek some anger management, because Mama Sita got some anger issues. But other than that, guys, you're watching Victorious Productions. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that it was, you're able to get something from this. If you've watched Joseline's Cabaret and you agree or disagree, comment below. I will be interacting with everybody in the comments as well. And with all due, I hope you guys enjoyed this review of Joseline's Cabaret. All right, guys, like, follow, share if you care, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content. I will be doing some more segments of binge and review, and that's just me reviewing other series. And it's not always going to be, reality show stuff. It'll be all types of stuff. So, and if you see something that you like and you want to put your opinion or on my review or opinion on the comments, or you agree or disagree, put it down below. And you guys have a great day. Bye.